Pajamas. I had to cut the collar off. Um, I just wanted to talk about the time that we're in right now. It's spiritual warfare. There's a lot of, if anything, you notice a lot of babble. Babble is breaking out, and but it's important for there to be communication. So let me get my glasses for a minute here. I'm going to get them from right there.
Hi, little one. You're so.
Well, justice is in the air, and when we say justice, I mean when we talk about like karmic justice, people don't have control of that over that. God does, and we are all being like into. We are all being looked at, and we're being weighed. You are being weighed. Like, have you been doing things in to the order of the higher ups who they have a little they want you to go towards the light. And so now I want to talk about how dangerous it really is when you don't go to the light.
Baby boy.
You know, he's getting stronger. Sorry, interruptions here. That's where we're at. See, going to the light has everything to do with just saying, excuse me, but I have a beautiful life to look at, or, you know what I mean? Because, who has time for first of all, for holding on to things that don't allow us to feel like we're appreciated, or how about like that gives value to our presence in their life, let alone just basically you need to know if you're around real people, and this is the time. See, um, there's stuff that's going to continue to unravel or unfold or be exposed about this kind of thing. Like, is there, see, sorry about the shirt and everything. So, like, is there a question? My hair is kind of wet. Is the question in the air? Is there a good and bad? And I say, just pay attention to how you feel. There's no question about that. A baby, a baby, and or Aries. Let's just say your nervous system. Like the God-given body is going to signal to you whether or not something is good or bad. And I didn't just say that your mind starts to equate, well, is this morally right or acceptable, or like in on the playing field of the game that I'm involved in, which the brain isn't really involved in that energetic soup. It's the body and reality is full of it, but the brain has this responsibility or job, more like it's a job, not responsibility. Awareness is responsibility. That's the freedom you have. Hi, Marble. He wants to get close. He wants to get close. It's just a little boy. We're getting through his mama issues. He's not hungry. He misses his mama, and he's going through. I could tell he's going through some amount of like, issues. But he's doing a very good spiritual work. He is. He is. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to remain like scarred for life about his mama. Not being able to have him. God, I have to erase these parts with my cat. The other little baby, she insists on that she just be with me. really close. Like she wants to be with me while I'm taking a shower, and she wants to just go downstairs with me, and right. And so I'm gonna let them, you know. God, I was trying to talk about justice in the air. You might feel if you've been doing a burdensome run for not just 3 years, like say, but how about 14 years? But let's talk about 35. See, some of us might be living a life or like, you know, under a spell of some sort. And it's like, you know what? You cannot do that. I'm here to tell you that you have a completely different life coming for you. If you've worked for the system and you've done that regiment of work, you know, you can wean yourself off of that and get income in another way. I'm pretty sure. See, I'm not one to talk about that because I am not making a single dime. But see, this is what we know, and this is how it is, and this is what's happening. See, as long as people, and now I'm talking about generations, are losing their ability to do anything at all, then something else can control their worth and their value, like even like how much, like um, like the punishment that it would take, that it is to say buy a generic version of something that maybe your ancestry already knew how to put together better with their hands, but now you're buying a manufactured version that is like way overpriced, right? And so, but how did you make your money? Like, what put worth on your value, like what you value, what's valued there that now is worth a damn as far as a dime is concerned. You see what I'm saying? And I know I'm sounding really kind of vague, maybe, but no, think with me. I'm getting glimpses of this. See, inflation is happening right now, and it's because never mind that we live in an institution that's highly controlled. There's guards, and they will shoot you if you get your own idea and say, "Oh, I don't really need your thing. We're going to go over here and see that you're considered as Charles Manson or somebody." And then see, what if you go down the rabbit hole so fucking far and you see that it is no different than all of the sci-fi movies combined, include Star Trek, of course, and Star Wars, and you're darn right that there is something fishy happening on this darn planet that hardly anybody can make a breakthrough through to see it, except for the ones who just don't get involved in it. I mean, how do you not get involved with it, Shauna? Just run for the hills, you know. If they say um, turn left, you turn right. If they say go forward, straight ahead, turn around, go backwards, you know. That's what is suggested now. We're not talking about that literal thing when it is suggested to us, and then we do the opposite of that first compulsory blip. But now you have a mind that operates. If you're not careful, if it's just going to start harnessing its own problem, which is I don't have a lick of reality to grasp. Neither is the truth available here. Nope. You have to go out into outer space. I talk about this, you know, it's like there and here. And well, you get into your body, breathe, and now, did you notice your brain anywhere there? You know, see, psychology, I was trying to explain to somebody today, is a pseudoscience for a reason. Pseudo means fake, kind of phantom, but really, it means fake, like a disguise. You know, it can't be real. So what do you mean? Why do we have psychologists and psychiatrists? Well, what they're doing, see, what happens is by the time somebody is going in for help to talk to somebody, but who were they really? In in tribes before, when human beings were on the planet, and there are original human beings, um, they have practitioners like shamans and people. Just it could be just really what I flash on is that they are people in your life. There's somebody that has been outcasted. Really, you want to look at the shamans and you want to look at the man. There's all kinds of healers that the main thing is that they healed themselves. They healed themselves of a lot of things, and they're perfectly intact without getting so glommed on to things, which is just it's how much of it is masking the fact that the mind cannot seem to just hang with reality, literally. Just be with the moment. See, really, it's about being an availability, being available to the present moment, really being available to the truth. See, that's where you will have a positive loop feed. Your imagination will start to be healthier if you include reality and the truth in on it. Because then, see, we talk about the mind being the root problem of all problems. And it even makes money evil. I mean, it will ruin a shit sandwich if you're not careful. Along with money, now it's gagging maggots at the background. It's like, and who can gag a maggot besides for a shit sandwich but a narcissist? So now we get back to I don't mean to get off track here, and I got off track on some of my videos, right? My cat, I was trying to talk about Black Moon Lilith conjuncting Venus and the South Node eventually here. Now, if I can put my glasses on and look at where the South Node is, at least I can do that. See, I don't know where Black Moon Lilith is. I can find I can find it on the computer. Um, the nodes, there they are. True node. Well, it's very early, yes, and so this means that when Venus see the South Node, it's in Libra, and Libras have a lot of karmic shit to excavate out. And it talk about excavating. Pluto did some excavation, and see, right now is like the final. See, you need to decide right now. Do you want to live under control of just a parasite? Did you go towards love? Did you know how important it was to take that risk, to don't give up, don't give in, go the extra mile, make a breakthrough? You know, if it feels like change, change. Like sit with the pain of whatever it is, cry it out, but don't go towards the enemy. Don't succumb. See, this has been really important over not just now, it's been huge over the past 3 or 4 years, right? Ever since the C19 thing, we can talk about 2020, where um, it, it, it flashes into me like what it obviously was. Something wants us to wake up, and if it gets really bad, if it gets really like swill, and it is, the human ecology is hijacked and it's highly possessed. If you want to know what the possession is, it's so their minds are taken off. Boy, babes, this is a huge subject matter where now the programming that uh, can we open this up and talk about it? Like, can we wrap it up in just 2 hour wrap? Because to tell you the truth, David Icke and other people um, know about the nature of reality and um, how that what's really going on here. See, babes, we don't know what has really been happening. Say, okay, so say 300 years ago, 400 years ago. When it starts getting into over like 250 years, see, 250 years, 300, we hardly have, I mean, think about it. We hardly have these structures that are going up. It is so, it's trash. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's trashy. And they're thinking, well, this is progress. And it's like, no, it's not. Babes, I want you to think with me and be with me on this because I can tell you who I am and where I have been, as far as basically nowhere. I'm just the mind of a child, and I'm going like this and then re-looking without having any of that programming. But and also, third eye open and then look again. The mountains that I live on are ruins that are massive, massive. It was a massive city-sized castle. Could have spanned about at least 5 to 7 miles high, and um, and it's fully technological. It's able to make it makes its own weather because just because it's there. I mean, the planet itself, Earth, the whole thing. But see, a lot of the stuff that we have built on top of, as far as wherever we are, and what I'm talking about is like you see your coliseums over there, you have your raceways, and you have your freeways, and you have this shit going on. It's it's plopped right atop ruins that you don't know that the whole thing was once something else. It's not what you think it was. Like people think, oh, it's all marshland. It was marshland, and then there was a dinosaur, and it's like maybe, because really, when we look at it, it's like how far do we know? Really, what do we know, and how would we know? You see? Oh, oh yeah. Oh no, yeah. Oh, he misses his mama so much, and we're doing like psychology. Um, with the other little cat. She wonders what's his trip, and I was trying to talk about this like this is a little something to observe how maybe he never felt close like he had his own intelligence. Do you think he knew his dad? Oh, but he's getting over, and then look at the slits in his eyes. I don't know. Cats could be half lizard or something, but they have fur. We don't know that. And who made them? They're so trippy. And why is it? See, we only have a few of this stuff going on now. In the past, there's signs that like there were combination human, goat head, fishtail, and it's like, can we have these things? Why not? That thing serves great. Look at the way it swims, and it flips a hamburger. Who knows? It's something. It's a slave. Um, who knows if purification is happening as far as all that stuff going on? I doubt it. I detect something weird going on here, and it's really hard to communicate unless you don't communicate at all. See, what I mean is you start to feel, and it's like who who actually is able to get on, like to feel their mission as a chosen one that is going to begin to activate, and see they don't get caught. They don't get caught in, yeah, well, I guess I just need to, I guess I should just, get distracted completely, basically, to tell you the truth. Look at this. Look. Oh, 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 I can't believe it. Can you? I don't. And the distraction is the world out there. Hi, world. And who makes it out, baby? Who makes it out? How would you mean? Um, to begin to be a cure. Savior, is that you? Yes, go on. It could be a very simple phenomenon. It is so simple that You see that world out there? That word? But really look at it. Do you realize that it is fashioned a certain way on not random, it's not just, oh, mufflers are just, they're just loud, No, they make them that way. They could choose to have a very silent. Why would they have a silent thing? It's like, shh, we don't want people to know that we're patrolling. We're really protecting them. And it's like, no, they're doing the scare thing. What I mean is they can have silent hover machines that go around, or they can just have just like this whipping. They can just choose to say, to make it like what I'm talking about is the equipment that is used everywhere includes, let's set up all of these cameras and all of this wiring to completely distract you away from your mission, baby. And listen to that sound, mission. Because I remember it's like in school they want you to build a mission, a replica of the mission, like go and visit a mission. I remember we visited a mission, I think it was in Sacramento, the mission in California is there. But see, now this is a huge subject matter that we keep unfolding, that I see something happening and it's like, well, um, basically there are men and women here. That's all. There are men and women here. If there's something interfering with how that they can get their groove on, as far as the grooves that have gone on, what I'm talking about, let's get back to the ruins, that some of it's still there. They can't ruin everything, right? It's like, why is that castle sticking up out of the granite like that? Perfect symmetry. Or they didn't do that with human effort. That is heavy duty 3D printing, colossal size 3D printer spaceships that do that stuff. They can't find any debris in some of the sites in India where they're still there. They don't show it, but you'll see it. I see it. I put whenever I see it. I put it on Facebook, and now you have to be careful of the fake pictures. It's fucking crazy. But some of us are real enough that we know. And first of all, we already know, we just know that all pictures are not a reflection of reality. By no means. Nope. What's a reflection of reality, Shauna? Well, there's a trippy video I have on my Facebook right now. This guy, he's talking, and I really question, why is it a man all the time? Here's why. They're confused as fuck. They don't know. It's like, you know what? You don't really have to start philosophizing and creating this movement. But maybe you do. Look at the way that my cat moves. He's like, Mama, 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 Ma. And it's like, you want God, hun. What happened? Somehow you got punished. Now, minute 23. I am not a biased fucking person. I don't say hate much either, but I've said it a lot here. So throw that out the window. You should say you've said hate a lot, but I say it at a certain time. I don't like the subject matter of men and women because of the stigma that's there. Really, I've observed them both, and I was like, you know what? Both of them can become human beings. Better yet, what is a human being? Awareness and availability to the truth. Where's the truth? It's here, there, now. North, south, east, west, baby. Babe, I'm not going hocus pocus on you, and you can count on me not to. Women, they're like, oh yeah, well, somebody should have had. I'm sorry, but you don't have to have every single kid that seeds. And don't let so much reproduce that now, what if it's like you have 5 sons and 1 woman? Well, good God, because um, I hate this subject matter, really. I'm not like this, but it's looking like that men, when they are born from the mother into the mother's vortex, not the man's. He has no sign of who he is and how he will be. He is in a very precarious position. And the mother, either she knows this, see, and I suspect, see, I'm not a mother, so I wouldn't say, but I do suspect that it's a natural thing that comes on. If she is very natural, now let's go to the pseudoscience of psychology, which is really based in behaviors. They can only recall that, like, okay, so now you're making it in here, you guys can't relate for shit. Something about that person keeps looping and behaving in a certain way, and it's like usually too late. It's too late when you go in to get a counselor or a therapist or some kind of shrink. When you're there, whoever goes to those people, they really should get their head checked. Well, they need to get a reality check. It's usually, well, how do we what? Did they make it into an institution first and get drugged down first, and then they have to go through what? And wow, going here at minute 27, I am nearing 50 years old, and I see like something. It's so like profuse, and it's I guess the word overwhelm comes up, but it's like no, nobody talks about it. Nobody tries to work it out. Why? They're distracted. They are fucking royally distracted.